Charlize and I had long discussions about what we wanted to do with her. And as a cinematographer, particularly when young cinematographers, we always want to make the people we photograph look beautiful. But with Charlize, we were trying to do the opposite. So Charlize did not give a damn about her beauty. She put on weight. When I was there with her, she's there in her underwear and this filthy underwear. She wore the same clothes every day. I mean, filthy. Smoking. Her body wasn't looking good and so on. I did the exact opposite of what I did on White Chicks. I would do side lighting to bring up texture. I would use green and blues to make the skin tone look sickly. I would not provide fill light in the front. She didn't wear makeup. She wouldn't wash. Her hair was filthy. So that we could achieve what we really wanted to achieve through the photography. And then the locations we shot on were grungy and dirty and not polished. So the visual very often informs the emotional.
I'm kind of broke right now, so I'm just trying to make some cash somehow.
Well, maybe I can help you out.
When that film started, I was on SWAT. So I was doing a big action film and doing the action unit. And my friend Clark Peterson rang me from Florida, and we had worked on some very low-budget films when I first moved to America. I said, look, we're in deep trouble here. I think we're going to shut down. We need someone with your experience of multiple areas. Can you come and help us? And, I got to be honest for a second here, and then the difference between what you get paid on a studio movie like SWAT, which is a fortune,
Yeah, I can.
and particularly after being in England, it was ridiculous. And then they wanted me to go to Florida and shoot a little tiny film with an actress I vaguely had heard of, and a first-time director. I thought Clark was out of his mind. And then I read the script, and I spoke to Patty and Charlize on the phone, and they were so full of enthusiasm, it made me remember what I was like when I first got in the film industry, and I thought, this is crazy. But there's only 3 weeks left on SWAT. Maybe they'll let me go, and I can go work on this little movie, and I went.
Do you want to stay with me?
Who was that person?
She was just a friend I made.
I think she was a street person.
Hey, lady love, you need a ride?
Everything we did on Monster was revolutionary. First of all, one thing in cinematography side, I noticed that Charlize, who's very professional and responsible, was focusing on hitting her marks. We put marks down on the ground, and the actor goes to the marks to get the lighting. And I become very interested in moving light sources by that time in my career. So I had brought in my own gaffer on the shoot, and I said, look, let's take a couple of paper lanterns and put them at the end of poles, and let's move the lights with the actress. So then I said to Charlize and to Patty, just do whatever comes organically to you and your character, and don't worry about the lights, the marks. There are no marks. We will find you. And the other thing, the other problem with that is focus. So what my great focus puller, Eric Emerson, and I worked out a system where we would put marks on the ground, but the actors wouldn't look at them. And he would be off to the side, or he'd have someone on the side who would call out via the earphone what mark she was at, so we could roll the focus to keep her in focus wherever she went. And the movements were so soft and so slow, and the lighting changes were so subtle, unless you look at the film very carefully, you can't see the lights constantly changing as she moves. And so we did it without lights, many of the scenes, and facilitated Charlize's performance, so she'd go wherever she wanted and do whatever she wanted.
I'm not a bad person. I'm a real good person.
Police urge anyone with any information about these crimes to contact your local authorities.
One of the exceptions to that was the scene where Charlize and Christina Ricci say goodbye to each other. At this point, we discovered that the film was so full of integrity of our leaders, of Charlize and Patty, that the crew had really gotten on board. And the strangest thing happened that day was the grip came up to me. Big guy who's used to carrying things, tattoos everywhere, dolly grip. And he said, we're noticing what you're doing with the actors and how you're letting them go everywhere and things. And, I know you're always asking for quiet, Steve, and we get it. Now we know why. We got an idea that maybe would help Charlize and Christina if nobody spoke today at all, so they could concentrate. Now, this is a professional film set. The idea of no one speaking, absurd idea. And yet it was coming from a grip. So I said, okay, let's do it. And everyone agreed not to speak. So we were were all hand signaling each other. When Charlize and Christina were on set, complete silence. And they then delivered this incredible performance, one of the centerpieces of the film, and I could only hear one noise besides their voices, which is kind of like sniffling or something, maybe somebody crying. And I turned around and I looked at my dolly grip because I was operating that day, and there was this giant guy with his tattoos and his sleeveless shirt and everything else, sobbing as these two women confess their love to each other. And this is in South Florida, where you don't always get the most sensitive grips involving. It was magic. And, you know, it was such a seminal moment in my own life as well as an artist and a cinematographer, because it made me fall in love with film again.